Well, here we are. Ryan, Corndog, and Nathan, the asshat, has our labels show on our pages right now.
Does it show it?
It shows it, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. People that have been following our channel for a long time, Nathan and I get called a lot of names, and we'd like to embrace those names. But for the record, it has to be natural. So you just can't call us random names just so you can see us change our monikers on your. We will only be Asshat and Corndog, because those are the originals, and we're going to stick with them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Patreon request, Nathan. An album tiered Patreon request, and this is from Paul, and he had this to say about this album. All right, he says these are two bands. Oh, sorry, he says there are two bands that make up the music of who he is, Paul. That's Ween, and so I think he probably found our channel because of Ween. And They Might Be Giants. That's the album or the band that we are going to react to today. Their album Flood. He says both of these bands are friend duos. You know how Ween are two front guys who are friends. Well, so is They Might Be Giants. They're like a, yeah. They both came from the New York scene in the 80s, who produced their own albums and gathered their own fan bases before being signed to major labels and given studio time and backup bands. Both influenced a generation of folks that grew up to shove Ween and They Might Be Giants into the plethora of movies and commercials and TV shows, and I guess people like us on YouTube channels. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool. So Paul, I would suspect, he didn't say, but if I was to use my detective work, I would say he probably stumbled on our channel because of our Ween reactions, which I'm really proud of. I love doing the Ween reactions. We're always looking for more. And he probably said, hey, if these guys like Ween, maybe they might enjoy They Might Be Giants. Now, this, funny, I never heard of Ween before this channel that we started doing, but I've heard of this band, They Might Be Giants. So I wonder if we're going to recognize any songs from this album.
Oh, yeah. But I was just going to say, I think I told you this before. They Might Be Giants teamed up with HomestarRunner.com, the Strong Bad emails that I was showing you earlier.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you did mention that too off camera. Okay.
And they did like a couple of collaborations, and they've done a couple of songs with the folks that do the Strong Bad emails. So that would be a fun one to react to if someone wants us
to. Okay. This album came out in 1989. This was officially, I think, their third studio album, but this was their first one on a major label. That was Elektra Records. Again, kind of like, so this is like their, and it turns out this is one of their most recognized, best-selling albums, and nothing wrong with commercial success, and that's probably why we've been showing this album. It was also highly reviewed and regarded, but this is probably their biggest album. But to us, it doesn't matter because I don't know who they are. And it'll be interesting to see as we go through it. There were a few singles released from this album, and we would have been 14, 15 when this came out. So we would probably that song, that's them. So there might be a song or two that we recognize just because we were definitely listening to music back then. We weren't listening to them, but we were aware of music videos and stuff like that. So we'll see.
Okay. All right.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So this is just a little intro part. So we'll just play this in the next song before we stop it, probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Why is the world in love again? Why are we marching hand in hand? Why are the ocean levels rising up? It's a brand new record for 1990. There might be giants, brand new album, Flood.
All right, so you get the same kind of stuff from Ween, that Ween feeling there.
Yeah.
Interesting. You can turn it up a bit, I think.
Yeah.
Who watches over
Sorry.
Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. I have a secret to tell from my electrical well. It's a simple message and I'm leaving out the whistles and bells. So the room must listen to me.
filibuster vigilantly. My name is Blue Canary, one note spelled L-I-T-E. My story's infinite, like the Longines Symphony. It doesn't rest. Blue Canary in the outlet by the light switch. Who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a pine on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. I'm your only friend, I'm not your only friend, but I'm a little glowing friend, but really I'm not actually your friend, but I am. There's a picture opposite me of my primitive ancestry, which stood on rocky shores and kept the beaches shipwreck free. Though I respect that a lot, I'd be fired if that were my job. After killing Jason off and countless screaming Argonauts, blue bird of friendliness, like guardian angels, it's always near. Blue Canary in the outlet by the light switch. Who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a pine on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. While you're at it, leave the nightlight on inside the birdhouse in your soul. Not to put too fine a pine on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. While you're at it, leave the nightlight on inside the birdhouse in your soul. Not to put too fine a pine on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. While you're at it, leave the nightlight on inside the birdhouse in your soul. Not to put too fine a pine on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul.
Oh, you're muted.
I'll figure it out one day, Nathan. That was a single from this album, and I could see why. It was fun, catchy, and clever, and definitely an interesting, easy way to introduce yourself to a band, like for the first time. Mm-hmm. It definitely had a sound of late '90s, late '80s, '89, '90, mm-hmm. which I admit, I was the 14, 15-year-old Ryan kind of came back in my mind. It's like, oh, I think I would have enjoyed this little ditty. And I'm enjoying it now, but again, it's an example of another album that we probably would have largely ignored or not even looked at.
Yeah, I can totally see why the guys that did Homestar Runner saw these guys and went like, oh, this like aligns with our brand. It's the same kind of variety of humor, like very over the top, kind of cheesy. Yeah, it really fits well. So yeah.
Now, you're saying they used songs from albums, or they made original songs for that website?
They actually worked together and actually made a couple of songs together, and then the guys that do homes, they actually animated their song for them. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's some just hilarious songs if you know the.
Well, this is clever. Yeah, this is clever lyric writing. I like it. It's fun. A great intro to the album. Starting off strong. All right, so that was their first single from the album. So again, it makes sense why they would use that. So
yeah.
All right, the next one is called "Lucky Ball and Chain."
Okay.
I lost my lucky ball and chain. Now she's 4 years gone. She's 5 feet tall and sick of me and all my rattling on. She threw away her baby doll. I held on to my pride, but I was young and foolish then. I feel old and foolish now. Confidentially, she never called me baby doll. Confidentially, I never had much pride.
Accordion.
But
Yeah, I hear that.
I rock a bar stool and I drink for two. Just pondering this time bomb in my mind. I lost my lucky ball and chain. Now she's 4 years gone. She's 5 feet tall and sick of me never told you of her charms. Confidentially, we
No,
never
Beetle left
had
there.
a home. But this railroad apartment was the perfect place when she'd sit and hold me in her arms. I lost my lucky ball and chain. Now she's 4 years gone. She's 5 feet tall and sick of me and all my rattling on. She walked away from a happy man. I thought I was so cool. I just stood there whistling. There goes the bride as she walked out the door. There goes the bride as she walked out the door. There goes the bride as she walked out the door.
Definitely getting I mean, we're Canadian, so
I
Bare Naked Ladies vibe, right?
Yeah.
Without the Bare Naked Ladies sound, that would
Yes.
be the only major difference. It's thematically, you could sing this song, and Bare Naked Ladies could perform this song in their way, and you would think it's off of their album.
I think it's just fair to say, and I don't think that we're far off. You're totally, absolutely correct. And I knew if it wasn't going to be you that was going to say it was going to be me. And Nathan and I, we of course knew and enjoyed. Quite frankly, we enjoyed. I think you did as well as I did. The Bare Naked Ladies well before their 1 week. Since you looked at me,
Yeah,
right, Nate? Yeah, we were well into their. I remember when that album Stunt, when that came out. I think it was their 4th or 5th album at the time. I was very happy for the Bare Naked Ladies' success, but there's a part of me saying, "Hey, they're a Canadian band," And I think, but I think Ween, going back to Ween a little bit, they're kind of viewed the same way. They're very much an American band. We said that before during our Ween reviews, that Ween was like the American Bare Naked Ladies, because there might have been a reason why we never heard of them. Like we just never heard. They never seemed to cross into Canadian waters the way they were popular in the States.
yeah.
So yeah, this is definitely. I don't know if there's a Ween Bare Naked Ladies. There might be Giants genre. I'm not sure what to call it, but the easiest way I could describe it is, it's clever lyrics without being cute and silly, but it's clever in the sense that it's clever. Like it's designed to be clever, comical, but clever, not trite and juvenile.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
and then but behind it is a arrangement of good musicianship that's fun, maybe a little bit quirky. Again, Bare Naked Ladies at the same time, Bedside Manner, Queen of Bed, they had the, they have these weird songs. Yeah, but it works, and the sound itself isolated, like, what are you doing with that sound? But in a song, it makes sense, it's fun, and it fits. So I think what we're getting here is, I don't know what that genre is. I don't know how to describe it. A professional musicianship, professional harmonies, chorus versus lyrics. But I think it's fair to say that Ween, They Might Be Giants, and Bare Naked are in that genre.
Yeah, I agree. That's very well said, by the way. I thought that you explained that quite well.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll still get in the comments.
Yeah. You're an asshat.
You're an asshat. You're a corn dog. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready. Istanbul, not Constantinople.
This was another single from the album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Istanbul was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Been a long time gone, Constantinople, now it's Turkish delight on a moonlit night. Every gal in Constantinople lives in Istanbul, not Constantinople. So if you've a date in Constantinople, she'll be waiting in Istanbul. Even old
tough
New
to sing.
York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way. So take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul. Istanbul. Istanbul, even old New York was was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way. Istanbul was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Been a long time gone, and Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. So take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul.
All right. So a background on this: Istanbul, not Constantinople, is a 1953 novelty song with lyrics by Jimmy Kennedy, music by Nat Simon.
Isn't that the Putting on the Ritz? Isn't that the tune?
Well, yeah. So is that the tune that Nat Simon wrote? I don't know, but that it's called a novelty song, and that's the title of Dum Bum Bum. So it did sound familiar, and so this was a cover by They Might Be Giants. It's been covered by a few bands. It was actually covered originally in '87, a few years before, by another band called the Big Muffin Serious Band. But it was originally performed and certified gold by the band called the Four Lads.
Oh.
So it's gone through some of its own, what do you call it, versions and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it might have been made more popular with They Might Be Giants. It was a single and a hit for them. But you can kind of see how this would fit their repertoire of sound.
Yeah. Do you remember a band called Moxie Fruvis?
Oh my goodness, I do. Oh, that's great. I can't think of any tunes off the top of my head from them, but I'm sure if I heard it, I'd be like, yes, of course. I can almost see the video in my head for some reason. Like they're out in the street at night or something.
There's
anyway.
Stuck in the 90s. What's their famous one? Their most famous one is King of Spain. Once I was the King of Spain. Yeah.
Now I eat humble pie. See, I knew it. I knew it once I heard it.
Yeah, this is definitely
sure.
The sound,
that same vein.
The sound is more in that, and similar, like thematic too. Like they're all kind of in that same boat. Yeah.
I like it. All right. So again, it covers song.
The sad part of Moxie Fruvis, I don't know if you know that the lead singer is what's his name? He used to be not radio DJ, but and then he got kind of in trouble for sleeping with a bunch of women and.
Hey man,
they took him to court and he was doing some pretty nasty stuff. So
awesome! I can't wait to read about the. Hey man, when you're the lead singer of Moxie Fruvis, the ladies, they're just sliding off their chairs for you. Okay, let's get track 5, Dead.
Okay.
I returned a bag of groceries, accidentally taken off the shelf before the expiration date. I came back as a bag of groceries, accidentally taken off the shelf before the day stamped on my sound. Did a large procession wave their torches as my hand fell in the basket, and was everybody dancing on the casket. Now it's sooner I'm dead and I haven't done anything that I want, or I'm still alive and there's nothing I want to do.
Yeah.
I will never say the word procrastinate again. I'll never see myself in the mirror with my eyes closed. I didn't apologize for when I was 8 and I made my younger brother have to be my personal slave. Did a large procession wave their torches as my head fell in the basket, and was everybody dancing on the casket. Now it's over, I'm dead and I haven't done anything that I want, or I'm still alive and there's nothing I want to do. So anymore, and I'll be up there on the wall at the store. I returned the bag of groceries accidentally taken off the shelf before the expiration date. I came back as a bag of groceries accidentally taken off the shelf before the date stamped on my sack. Did a large procession wave their torches as my head fell in a basket? And was everybody dancing on the casket? Now it's over, I'm dead, and I haven't done anything that I want. Or I'm still alive, and there's nothing I want to do. Now it's over, I'm dead, and I haven't done anything that I want. Or I'm still alive, and there's nothing I want to do.
That's great. Just the piano, essentially. I think, was there anything else playing there? Or
I think, yeah, just piano the whole time. I love how they like vocalize some of the phrases. They're like, "Or I'm still alive, and there's nothing I want." Like they're really like, it's parody, you know, of
That's
like,
serious.
like trying to sound cool on purpose to like
Billy Joel.
yeah. That's a good.
Like a Billy Joel type, sincere type. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Again, the parody with the talent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm looking forward to this. I saw the title of this next song, and I'm really looking forward to hearing it. It's called "Your Racist Friend." I'm very interested. A little hip hop beat, of course, of course.
This is where the party ends. I can't stand here listening to you and your racist friend. I know politics bore you, but I feel like a hypocrite talking to you and your racist friend. It was the loveliest party that I've ever attended. If anything was broken, I'm sure it could be mended. My head can't tolerate this bobbing and pretending. Listen to some bullet head and the madness that he's saying. This
Things
is
never
where
change.
Yeah, no.
the party ends. I just sit here wondering how you can stand by your racist friend. I know politics bore you, but I feel like a hypocrite talking to you and your racist friend.
We got a Latin beat now.
This is where the party ends. I can't stand here listening to you and your racist friend. I know politics bore you, but I feel like a hypocrite talking to you and your racist friend. Out from the kitchen to the bedroom to the hallway, your friend apologizes, he could see it my way. He left the contents of the bottle to the thinking. Can't shake the devil's hand and say you're only kidding. This is where the party ends. I can't stand here listening to you and your racist friend. I know politics bore you, but I feel like a hypocrite talking to you and your racist friend.
Clever writing.
Well, yeah, and this is 1989, so this was what math 32 years ago.
Yep. to be
Well, it's good.
George Bush Sr., I think.
Yeah, it's a good thing things have changed, so everything's fine now. Right?
Yeah,
we've resolved.
It's all in
we've,
the past. It's all
we've resolved racist talk, and right? No. Oh,
Nobody has that racist friend that just has to say the joke and everyone looks awkwardly at them.
yeah, clever writing and just as applicable today as ever. Well done. I liked it. I like the heavy guitar work and the solo. It shows you. I think each song's going to provide its own little oh, that's different. Oh, that's new. So far they've been doing that. Again, not to compare them to Ween, but I can see how Paul, who gave us this request on Patreon, he's a Ween fan, and he gravitated towards this album as well because it provides the same kind of entertainment, the same kind of where are they going now? What are they going to do next?
Yeah, I like that too.
The next song is called Particle Man.
Particle Man?
Particle Man.
Okay.
It's my favorite superhero.
This might be one that I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Particle Man, Particle
Yep,
Man.
I've heard it.
Doing the things a particle can. What's he like? It's not important. Particle Man. Is he a dot or is he a speck? When he's underwater, does he get wet? Or does the water get him instead? Nobody knows. Particle Man. Triangle Man, Triangle Man. Triangle Man hates Particle Man. They have a fight. Triangle wins. Triangle Man. Universe man, size of the entire universe man, usually kind to smaller man, universe man. He's got a watch with a minute hand, millennium hand, energy on hand, and when they meet, it's a happy land. Powerful man, universe man.
It's very cleverness and simplicity.
Person man, hit on the head with a frying pan.
Person man.
Life in a garbage can. Person man. Is he depressed or is he a mess? Does he feel totally worthless? Who came up with person man? Degraded man. Person man. Triangle man, Triangle man. Triangle man hates person man. They have a fight. Triangle wins. Triangle man.
Yeah, it's just fun, clever lyrics. Like I was saying, it's quite. I keep saying clever. I'm sorry. If I was more clever, I'd have better words.
Yeah,
it's just simple but very. There's a lot going on with what they're saying here in a few words.
Yeah, that explains it well enough.
Person man, that killed me. I don't know why that's never been said before. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, "Hey, look, it's person man." That's an amazing combination of words I've never seen before.
Have you? No, I love the the parody of obviously Spider-Man, but yeah, which again makes me think of Moxie Fruvis because they actually do a Spider-Man song in one of their albums. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
All right.
The next one is their third and final single from the album that they released anyway. It's called Twisting.
Okay.
She set your goldfish free, and now she's sighing. Blew out your pilot light and made a wish. She doesn't have to have her DB's record back now, but there's not a lot of things that she'll take back. She wants to see you again. She wants to see you again. Slowly twisting in the wind. Twisting in the wind. She's not your satellite. She doesn't miss you. So turn off your smoke machine and Marshall stack. She doesn't doesn't have to have her young fresh fellas take back now. But there's not a lot of things that she'll take back. She wants to see you again. She wants to see you again. Slowly twisting in the wind. Twisting, twisting in the wind. She wants to see you again. She wants to see you again. Slowly twisting in the wind. Twisting, twisting in the wind.
That one feels like the song that they play live, and they would like obviously extend that out and kind of play with that. Obviously, they throw in each other's solos, and it just feels like the song that either they open with or that they
Probably near the end.
yeah,
Or last
everyone
third.
goes like, yeah, twisting, yeah, and everyone starts twisting, doing the twist.
Yeah, a fun song. A lot of is that accordion work or a keyboard that we keep hearing there?
That
It sounds
that's like it sounds like a cheap keyboard, which is also Homestar Runner, if you know Homestar Runner. But yeah, very much a like throwback to kind of. Well, I guess they are like late '80s, so there a lot of the sounds are still kind of sounds of the '80s.
Okay, interesting. All right, the last song on side one is, just play it. Something about "Let There Be Rock" or something like that. Sorry,
Okay.
"We Want Rock" or I can't remember.
What is
right.
it? We want a rock.
Oh, sorry, "We Want a Rock." Okay.
Where was I? I forgot the point that I was making. I said if I was smart that I would save up for a piece of string and a rock to wind string around. Everybody wants a rock to wind a piece of string around. Everybody wants a rock to wind a piece of string around. Throw the crib door wide, let the people crawl inside. Someone in this town is trying to burn the playhouse down. They want to stop the ones who want a rock to wind a string around. But everybody wants a rock to wind a piece of string around. Throw the crib door wide, let the people crawl inside. Someone in this town is trying to burn the playhouse down. They want to stop the ones who want a rock to wind a string around. But everybody wants a rock to wind a piece of string around. If I were a carpenter, I'd hammer on my piglet. I'd collect the $7 and I'd buy a big prosthetic forehead and wear it on my real head. Everybody wants prosthetic foreheads on their real heads. Everybody wants prosthetic foreheads on their real heads. Throw the crib door wide, let the people crawl inside. Someone in this town is trying to burn the playhouse down. They want to stop the ones who want prosthetic foreheads on their heads. But everybody wants prosthetic foreheads on their real heads. Throw the crib door wide, let the people crawl inside. Someone in this town is trying to burn the foreheads down. They want to stop the ones who want a rock to wind a string around. But everybody wants a rock to wind a piece of string around.
iTunes had the lyrics wrong there at the end.
Yeah, I caught it too.
Trying to burn the foreheads down is what it actually says.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I wonder who does the lyric like the iTunes. we've unbeknownst to us have misread lyrics because that's what we're reading. They're usually pretty good. I would say even 95% of the time it's good, but that's a big miss because it's clever played on the lyrics where that was the chorus throughout, but then they changed that one word because they've been talking about foreheads. So like, it's nonsensical, but it makes sense. They would say it's trying to burn the foreheads down. Like what? You could almost argue, and I wonder if this happens sometimes. I watch TV shows with captions on, and sometimes the captions will be different than what they've said on the show because what they've done is the captions were done and they're timed with the voice actor.
Yep.
But post voice production, they've changed a little bit of dialogue, and so you can actually read the original script or probably what the actor said originally, or maybe what was intended to be in that scene.
Yeah.
And it's no longer, it's something different. It's weird. Every now and then it happens. You're like, oh, the caption was different than what the actor said post production or post audio production because they changed it for whatever reason. But I wonder if that's the situation where in the recording studio that was the lyric, but he just threw in the word forehead.
It's really frustrating. I've taught Spanish before, and I would often use like dubbed movies where it's like we're hearing them speak Spanish, and then we read the Spanish on the screen, and then when it didn't match up, it would like you throw your mind into like what wait, they didn't say what's on the screen, and oh, what did they say, and you'd miss it. You can entirely miss it when you're trying to pay attention. I was just going to mention about their singing style. They're intentionally singing nasally. When you're like coached on how to sing, they're often people tell you don't sing through your nose because that's what it sounds like. The way that they're singing here, that everybody's trying to like right through the nose, and just kind of like you can feel your nose buzzing, and that's like they're intentionally doing that almost to sound bad, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I hope that's what they're doing. They made
no, I don't think they're singing like this is good singing. Let's sing through our noses. Yeah.
Right, that's fair. Okay, side 2 starts with the song "Someone Keeps Moving My Chair."
Mr. Horrible, Mr. Horrible, telephone call for Mr. Horrible. But before he can talk to the ugliness man, there's some horrible business left for him to attend to. Something pleasant is spilled on his brain as he sponges it off. They say, is this horrible? Is this horrible? It's the ugliness man, Mr. Horrible. We're just trying to bug you. We thought that our dreadfulness might be a thing to annoy you with. But Mr. Horrible says, I don't mind. The thing that bothers me is someone keeps moving my chair. Would you mind if we balance this glass of milk where your visiting friend accidentally is killed? Would it be okay with you if we wrote a reminder of things we'll forget to do today? Otherwise, using a green magic marker if it's alright on the back of your head. Mr. Horrible, Mr. Horrible, we're not done with you yet, Mr. Horrible. You have to try on these pants so the ugliness man can decide if they're just as embarrassing as we think. We have to be sure about this. But Mr. Horrible says, I don't mind. The thing that bothers me is someone keeps moving my chair. Someone keeps moving my chair. Mr. Horrible says, I don't mind. The thing that bothers me is someone keeps moving my chair.
Yeah, the other band that we haven't been mentioning, maybe we've been dancing around it, is of course Weird Al. Really, there's that kind of feel to it. Now, Weird Al is obviously the king of parody, in the sense where he picks a song and then parodies it and then comes up with his own clever lyrics to go with it.
Right.
So it's not the same, but there's elements there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of Weird Al, and I'm glad you brought him up. I actually saw him in concert. My friend invited me to. He had an extra ticket.
Oh
and
man,
it was
I've
a
always wanted to see Weird Al. Yeah.
Like, so sure, I'll go to Weird Al. So I did. And I had a great time. But this is nothing against Weird Al, and I'm sure he has some original songs. I don't know him well enough.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of his songs are parody songs, like you just said. So this is credit to bands like Ween or They Might Be Giants, is that they take that quote unquote parody or making fun of the actual industry which they enjoy success in, and with original songs and stories.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Horrible reminded me. Do you ever read those books as a kid called Mr. Men?
Yes. Yeah.
I love the
Mr.
again,
Men.
Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Happy, Mr. Messy,
Yep.
Mr. like Sad, and Mr. Grumpy. Was there a Mr. Horrible? They had hundreds of Mr. Men. I loved them.
Oh yeah.
Everyone,
Little tiny, little like skinny books. Yeah. Oh, you're frozen, and I'm probably frozen too. Oh, I got to do a screenshot. There we go. There's Ryan. Save.
Sorry, I think it
It's
froze
okay.
away.
I screenshot it.
Sorry about that. You idiot. Oh no. I can't wait till I finally move out of the hotel series. It's gonna, it's funny. I'm gonna have like 3 days in my house before I'm in the hotel again.
Yeah, I know.
For another 10 days for my isolation. So the hotel series will have a quick reprieve in my home, and then we'll
Yeah.
So be it. Say the be. So we're surviving okay. I just look a little pixelated. All right, the next song is called Hearing Aid.
Okay.
Frosty the supervisor lives by himself. Sometimes I feel sorry for him.
Sounds like Ween's voice, eh?
Usually
A little bit.
Like
Yeah.
Gene Wiener.
Yeah. I was gonna say that as well. It does sound like somebody else. I'm trying to remember. Like an old 80s band or something.
Coffee for me, boss. 'Cause I'm not as messed up as I want to be. I turned off my hearing aid. Don't say the electric chair's not good enough for king lazy folks like myself.
A lot of sound sampling in the song.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, it's like that film roll when it keeps spinning. Is that what it is?
Oh. Yeah.
No.
This is a long outro.
Yeah.
Those are electric guitars, but
They're just having a little bit of fun. Just having a little bit of fun.
yeah. No, this one's gonna be a hit. I can feel it. Obviously, yeah, like you say, they're just having fun with that song.
Yeah, yeah. I see a little bit lower octave. Great little boost. Great little boost line. Great little bass line there. Boom, boom, boom. I liked it. Yeah, it's probably not the greatest song, but it's a fun song. It's just a little silly song.
Yeah.
I think they're just playing around a little bit. Now the next one is called Minimum Wage. And it's only 47 seconds long, so just play that into Letterbox, which is the one after. But before we do, I just saw. I admit I got a little distracted during that outro, and I read one of her comments on a previous video. I always get a kick out of the ones that are not endearing. This is from our Jeff Wayne, The Musical War of the Worlds, Part 1.
Okay.
Yeah. The comment here is from Aussie Transporter. Thank you, Aussie. He says, just an hour of time, I guess, for Part 1, right? Just an hour of two 30-year-old men shaking their heads. I love it. And I wrote back, thank you. We're 45. So just want to. So Nathan, let's continue just to shake our heads and
Look 30.
look 30. That's fantastic. We appreciate that. Awesome. Yeah.
Minimum wage.
Sounds like a grocery store or something like that.
Yeah.
I should just pause real quick.
Okay.
Obviously, just it's a throwaway track type track. But minimum wage, Nathan. When I first got my job at Romeo's Pizza, my first paycheck job, I was 14 years old, and in fact, I would have been 14 during the making of this album. There you go. And I got minimum wage as a dishwasher at this pizza joint. And I, to this day, Nathan, I kept my first paycheck stub.
Okay.
I've had it all these years.
Okay.
And this would have been, again, I was 14, so I was 31 years ago. And do you want to guess what the minimum wage was?
Well, I've got a number in my head. I've got a number in my head, but I'm going to keep it.
Okay. This is Canadian dollars, mind you, so even US dollars would be a little bit less, like the US currency. But this is Canadian currency, minimum wage, 1989. And I was so happy to make it because I went from paper route money, which I had to go collect myself door to door to get your own. I'll collect you from the paper.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm here now. Anyways, any guesses?
Like I said, I have a number in my head because I worked at McDonald's before you worked at Romeo's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a...
Well, McDonald's probably paid more than the minimum wage, to be honest with you.
No, they didn't. No.
Okay. What was yours then?
$4.25.
Oh, then I got more than minimum wage. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I got $5 an hour, my friend.
Yeah, I know. And
I thought I was living like a king. I got that first paycheck was $150, and I was like, $150? I couldn't believe it. As a 14-year-old kid, it was amazing.
Yeah. I got more stories to tell about that, but we're
all right. We'll say that for another.
We're
day.
limited
All right.
for time. Yeah.
My apologies. It's late for you. My apologies, Nathan. Okay.
It's okay. Letterbox.
Let's do it.
Also a short song.
Sounds like the. I don't know.
I'll never know what you find when you open up your letterbox tomorrow.
The song I'm talking about?
Bird never tells me anything I want to know. She's the best
The-
friend, she's
Yeah,
the best
Hey.
friend.
I got you, babe.
And I'll never know what you never want to know when you know what you are. If I had a pair of eyes in the back of my head for each time you forgot to take out all the things you forgot to talk about when you took a bite out of my spine. I would have a lot of eyes on the other side, wouldn't I? Wouldn't that just be fine? Too late or soon to make noise about love, and there's no time for sorrow. Run around and ran with a hole in the red tomorrow. I never know what you find when you open up your letterbox tomorrow. Cause the little bird never tells me anything I want to know. She's my best friend, just a sparrow. And I never know what you never want to know when you know what you are.
You know what I do like about another thing I like is their harmonies are pretty good.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Agreed. That was like a fun little ditty. I hate that we're not. Look, guys, this is a reaction channel. We're listening to music. We're not going to offer any life shattering information here. But I'm enjoying it. Like I enjoyed that harmony and the fast singing. Very well done. I can't sing. I could imagine singing fast in harmony. So it's really cool.
Okay, let's roll into the next one.
Yeah, for sure. Whistling in the dark.
A woman came up to me and said, I'd like to poison your mind with wrong ideas that appeal to you, though I am not unkind. She looked at me, I looked at something written across her scalp, and these are the words that it faintly said as I tried to call for help. There's only one thing that I know how to do well, and I've often been told that you only can do what you know how to do well, and that's be you. Be what you're like, be like yourself. And so I'm having a wonderful time, but I'd rather be whistling in the dark. 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 There's only one thing that I like, and that is whistling in the dark. A man came up to me and said, I'd like to change your mind by hitting it with the rock, he said, though I am not unkind. We laughed at his little joke, and then I happily walked away and hit my head on the wall of the jail where the two of us live today. There's only one thing that I know how to do well, and I've often been told that you only can do what you know how to do well, and that's be you. Be what you're like, be like yourself. And so I'm having a wonderful time, but I'd rather be whistling in the dark. 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 There's only one thing that I like, and that is whistling in the dark. There's only one thing that I know how to do well, and I've often been told that you only can do what you know how to do well, and that's be you. Be what you're like. Be like yourself. And so I'm having a wonderful time, but I'd rather be whistling in the dark. 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 Whistling, whistling, whistling in the dark.
Well, that just keeps going on.
That's their silliness, I think.
It does feel a little bit like these guys are intentionally being more family friendly and even appealing to like much younger audiences. You know what I mean? Like kids could listen to it and it would be fine.
Yes, I agree. Agreed.
Whereas you can't always even say that about even the Bare Naked Ladies. I mean,
True.
they're
There are
fairly
some-
family friendly, but there's a few that are kind of like, yeah, the lyrics
Oh, yeah.
aren't like meant for kids at all. Whereas some of these,
They go as high as PG-13, but yeah.
I mean, they do have a kids album. I will say that Bare Naked Ladies did.
Snack
put out,
Time.
Yeah, it was one of our family's favorite albums.
We loved it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Here come the geese. I love
Yeah.
that song. I don't know why. All right. That's good. That's fun. That's a fun song.
My microphone is attacking me.
Here come the geese.
Okay. This one is called Hot Cha.
Hot child, where are you? Everybody's eyes are closed. I can't see why I miss you so. So hot child, where are you? First time hot child went away. A floating island was his home. Then the phone rang off the hook and hot child had to come back home. Hot child, where are you? Everybody's eyes are closed. I can't see why I miss you so. So hot child, where are you? Second time he went away, left the bathtub running over, stereo on and cooking bacon, never came back to tell us why.
This is like a like that lounge bluesy, like 1940s.
Yeah.
If that honey would come back, we would throw such a party, drink and cook the prodigal son, fondue folks for everybody. Hot child, where are you? Everybody's eyes are closed. I can't see why I miss you so. So hot child, where are you? Hot child, where are you? Hot child, where are you?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. The 40s kind of, I don't know what the right term for that music. It's like
Like this in the musical, like a musical, like
musical jazz. Yeah.
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 All right, the next one is called "The Woman and Men."
When the ship runs out of ocean and the vessel runs aground, lands where we know the boat is found. Now there's nothing unexpected but the water giving out. Land's not a word we have to shout, but there's something beside the shoreline, moving across the beachhead, coming up from the shipwreck, making as if to say, women and men, women and men.
Bringing with them messages of love, and everywhere they will, love will grow.
Women and men.
When you see the faces of the women and the men, you too will know.
Women and men across the ocean, they now begin to pour out from the boat and up the shore. 2 by 2 they enter the jungle, and soon they number more. 3 by 3 as well as 4 by 4. Soon the stream of people gets wider, then it becomes a river. River becomes an ocean, carrying ships that bear women and men. Women and men. Women and men, women and men.
Great, like analogy, metaphor. I love at the end part where it says, "Soon the stream of people gets wider, then it becomes a river. River becomes an ocean, carrying ships that bear women and men," and just keeps.
Yeah, I think the style of that is a shanty. I think is the right term for that. A sea shanty
Oh, okay.
is the. I might be wrong on that.
You might be wrong, but you just might be right.
It might be giants.
Well, it's funny that you say that because 2 songs from now, there's a song called "They Might Be Giants," but not yet. The next one is called "Sapphire Bolts of Pure Love."
I apologize. My microphone has decided to So slowly attack me.
It's falling apart before
Well,
our eyes.
it's because it's on a table that's the wrong table for it, but
We forgive
that's
you.
par
We
for the
forgive you.
course. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Pistol shots, gun shots, pistol shots, gun shots, bullets from a revolver, bullets from a gun, bullets through the atmosphere. Here they come, Jonathan Bad, and they're coming after me. Done someone wrong, and I fear that it was me. Sapphire bullets, bullets of pure love. Sapphire bullets, bullets of pure
Sapphire bullets, bullets of pure love.
Yeah, I can see the cheesiness of this. Like I say, I've said this before, but it's on par with what that cartoon. They love to like just explore random things that don't make any sense all the time on that
Yeah.
cartoon. So it's just kind of like we gotta get these guys for.
Yeah, that might be. And this one here showcases a little bit. Oh yeah, this is from '89. This song kind of. Oh yeah, this one I would say the sounds and the effects they used was 1989 for sure. So I they have done that a lot in this album. It's like I would say it's timeless in that sense. But a lot of the songs have been pretty much. I don't know. It could be 2004. It could be 2015. It could be 1984. Like, but that one did sound like '89.
yeah, yeah. Good.
All right, so the next one is I always like when bands. I always find it fun when bands reference their name in a song, but these guys have gone a step further. They've named a song after their band, but that's not uncommon. Even Black Sabbath did it. They have a song called Black Sabbath. So I always find it interesting when bands, because it's a big thing to do. Like, okay, here we go. They've actually named a song after the band's name. So let's check it out.
Hang on tight.
It's like their theme song.
I think I've heard this.
They might be giants.
Boy.
They might be giants.
There might be rain, there might be heat, there might be frying up a stock of wheat.
They might be giants.
Boy.
They might be giants.
There might be rain, there might be wash, there might be Dr. Spock's back up there.
Complete nonsense.
To make the merry-go-round go faster, that everyone needs to hang on tighter, just to keep from being thrown to the wolves.
Tabloid footprints in your hair. Tabloid footprints everywhere. We can't be silent, 'cause they might be giants. And what are we gonna do unless they are? They might be giants. They might be giants. There might be fall, there might be snow, there might be something else in the snow.
Hang on tighter.
Out of tune guitar.
They might be giants.
They might be giants. They might be fake. There might be lies. There might be big, big, fake, fake lies. Tabloid footprints in your hair. Tabloid footprints.
the Muppets?
Muppets, yeah. I was just gonna
Oh, it's supposed to sound like giants.
say. Yeah, right.
All right, let's just roll into the last song. I think obviously we had this is a song that well, I should say this is a song that represents them as a band, and it's like the theme song, perfect theme song. Yeah. It's the last song on the album, Road Movie to Berlin.
We're in a road movie to Berlin. Can't drive out the way we drove in. So sneak out this glass Suburban and we'll go. We were once so close to heaven. Peter came out and gave us medals, declaring us the nicest of the 10. Time won't find the lost, it'll sweep up our skeleton bones. So take the wheel and I will take the pedals. We're in a road movie to Berlin. Can't drive out the way we drove in. So sneak out this glass Suburban and we'll go.
Yeah, a little more serious on that one. Maybe less of a
Yeah,
kids kind of appropriate song. That's the last one, hey?
that's the last one. Yeah. There you go. This is their most well. This is their best-selling item. Their best-selling item. Their best-selling album, and it's widely considered to be their most iconic. So I can see why Paul wanted us to take a listen to it. I suspect they have fun, great songs from other albums, but every artist, no matter who they are, every artist has an album. Maybe if they're lucky, two that is what makes them great overall. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm curious to know if they keep the kind of cheesy keyboard sounds that go, that they kind of started with, and if that's kind of carried into future albums. I would suspect so, only because, again, if you watch homestarrunner.com and any of their videos, they do the same thing. Even the guys that make that channel, they use the same kind of cheesy keyboards and, yeah, anyway.
All right. Well, that was fun. I love these concept type albums or these albums in general that take us to different places that you and I, well, we lived through this one, in 89, we were 14, 15 when this was, but we would never have picked this up. Why would we? It was right out of our wheelhouse.
You know what?
But I think we would enjoy. I think you would have enjoyed it had you owned it back then.
It would have been right next to my other albums that are similar, like the Moxie Fruvis and Bare Naked Ladies. I wouldn't have been like, oh, the Might Be Giants are the best, but I would have been like, I would have enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
I think you would have, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Paul, for that. If you want to give us a Patreon request or a PayPal request, do so. The description is below, and we're on Discord, free of charge. Come join our Discord channel, and we're on Facebook and Twitter.
Yes, we are. And, Ryan, sit up for a second.
Oh,
we have merch.
Yes, these are very nice looking shirts. Thank you so much for everyone. Everyone that listened to this video who got to this point now is ordered to buy a t-shirt. If you don't, we'll come and get you.
Well, that was They Might Be Giants.
Well, till next time.